Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision.
You know he's going to get him. You know he's going to get him. We're going to get some money. I'll see that picture of what Michael Parsons did to that man.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Getting earthed out there.
That's the big fella's MO right there.
Put his ass in the dirt.
Tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he went back.
Nothing, because he's about to leave.
They'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So I need to get Kittle, Juszczyk, and Bosa.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Pickett will look to throw it here. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat
McCaffrey.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Pickett to his tight end, Freiermuth, for the Steeler first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Yeah, what do you need? 3 of them, right?
Now on first down. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett.
No, this nigga,
and incomplete on the deep.
Greg gets a forcer and a
nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett sets up play action. Buying time to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Delphi showing off the pass rush skills.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, they'll throw. And the Steelers.
Oh my gosh, I gotta watch it. A sack. Wow.
It's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline,
You mean like your ass, my nigga?
in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play, and if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Hey,
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And way up past the 35 before it's taken down.
Actually, I got it.
3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
We always hear about
I
the
didn't.
connections.
This is about
Some
the
quarterbacks have with certain receivers.
response for it, and then
I
they say
think
you
this
got
guy
it.
has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Free form.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Barnes. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one is incomplete. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Dynamic though.
Throwing is Jackson.
Like you get a, say you get a dollar to him, he fucking fuck around.
And he doesn't quite
you don't
make
see
it,
him
taking it
Christian
with an
Catholic.
eyelash.
He's got
Dropped
a
it
good
to
fucking
right.
player.
That one goes for 30 yards. They'll run with Dobbins.
He's good to go now.
Take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you need.
The tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Harris. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Only Marlon Humphreys I've ever seen fucking get off that block.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Why is Miles Jack? No.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
No, we changed it.
Here's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. Well, they pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one.
And they will slide down easy if it ain't cheesy.
Think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy quarterback.
And sometimes all your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Pickett. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And maybe some indecision on what to do, and they're going to get a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line. But Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Pickett to throw on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Huh?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Jackson now.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Called on a very strong gain of 24. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off of it. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Now Jackson going to take off with it.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Jackson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Pickett. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Pickett right back to the air again. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's only a good play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Oh, man, this game.
I
like when I play this dude.
A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
13. Hey, Ozzie, sit up. Hey.
Another run here with Dobbins. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Middle. Hey, middle.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one.
Linebacker there anymore, the kid.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw here. Pickett. Finds Pickens out right. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here
I'm
and
decent.
a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Pickett to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one off the mark. Behind him, incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep,
the best point guard, small forward, and
prevent a completion
and shooting guard.
Risk of a flag.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Pickett. That's swung out.
You gotta break that tackle, Najee.
And they've got this down here
Fuck
at the
me,
12-yard
bro.
line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Oh shit.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by
That's a
Kenny
little all game,
Moore.
so
And
I
the
get that play
Ravens
right
are
there.
going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him so far. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football.
I gotta do something. Do something. Do something.